Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight, for your viewing pleasure, we have rounds 6, 7, and 8 of the Racetech V8ESC Supercar Series, live from Okayama in Japan. In the booth with me, as usual, we have Pete Bingham. Good evening, Pete.
Good evening, everybody.
Bill Switzer. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, everybody.
And Sam Boozin is our usual cameraman. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening, Clyde, Pete, Bill, and everybody watching.
So, gents, super sprint rounds, 3 15-minute races around the, I'm going to call it a tricky little Okayama circuit because it's all twists and turns and a little bit of straight, and it's quite easy to lose the car around here. But these 15-minute races with reverse grids in races 2 and 3, they tend to bring us a lot of action, Pete.
Yeah, they do. This track used to be synonymous with being as slippy as an ice rink on the service. They've clearly done something because the last time we were here, which wasn't that far long ago, and today, there's quite a lot of grip. The reverse grids very much bring a different element to these races. You can see the fast guys that have got patience and the fast guys that don't. And I think they win and lose in equal measure, to be honest.
Yeah, we've got a smaller than usual grid tonight. I've just seen Jamie Jeffrey has connected. Mike Frost has decided not to race because he says he can't keep it on the track. So at the moment we've only got 17 cars, which helps the faster guys, Bill. If we do get the big reverses, they haven't got so many cars to come through.
No, that's true, and especially in a sprint format, you got to get your business done pretty quickly. Time runs out very fast, and as you mentioned, this track has all kinds of twisty turns and back and forth and a few straightaways here and there and a little bit of elevation change and stuff. So you got to get it done quickly. You got to come through the pack quickly if you're one of those fast guys that finishes up front, and it makes it easier for them for sure.
Okay, so we've got about 11 and a half minutes left of this practice session. And then we're into our 15-minute qualifying session. So the qualifying session is the same length as the races. So we'll give Sam 2 seconds to get the standings up, and we'll just quickly run through the top 5 in each of our little championships. So at the moment we've got Johnny Brandon leading the main championship ahead of Wayne Sanderson. Now Wayne Sanderson won't be with us tonight because he's sunning himself in Greece. Rich Warmingham is in 3rd, Jamie McKnight in 4th, and Steve LaValle in 5th. Into the team championship, no surprise at the moment. XVR Sim Racing currently leading the way, leading XVR Sim Racing Black. I'm going to call them the junior team, but they're not really junior. NQRA are in 3rd, Racecraft Esports in 4th, and NQRB in 5th. So the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award. So this is based on the cars that, or where people start and where they finish and how many passes they make. So Johnny Brandon currently way out in front on that, on 29. Rasim Fazui is in 2nd, Wayne Sanderson 3rd, Marco Namela 4th, and Nicole Foggy, get well soon mate, is in 5th. And then in the Safe Driver Award, which we calculate on incidents per corner, Jamie McKnight currently leads the way, then Greg Carr, followed by Jay Queen, Steve LaValle, and Wayne Sanderson. So you are all up to date. Good evening to Robert, Kane, and Daniel Taylor on the chat. Nice to see Dan's decided to watch some proper racing for a change. Pete, do you think this is going to be a door bang fest, or do you think these guys can keep it clean around this tight track?
I was thinking that this is going to be quite a disciplined and modest race, and then I've thought, actually, it's not, is it? Because when you look at where everybody is in practice at the moment, you've got Marco Namela, Tony Klusterman, Johnny Brandon, and Jamie McKnight, all doing very similar times. I think they'll all be trying to share the same bit of tarmac, and I think the initial qualifying is going to dictate everything that happens beyond it. And if anybody else can shoot one to the moon here, then it'll add to the upset of the top guys. I mean, they are fighting for the championship, and that championship is still to play for. I think the lead is only 200 points. I think I saw on the screen before. So it's absolutely attainable for any of those guys in the top 4 or 5 positions.
Yeah, and with the reverse grids, we've seen in the past people like JP Boozalan, Sam as well. Not the aliens of the series, actually managing to get a win. So whether they'll be able to do it round here, I'm not 100% sure. It is one of those tracks that you can defend your position on. But drivers are going to have, if they're going to defend, they're going to have to do it early.
Yeah, and this is a track which is utterly familiar to a lot of people, because when you start on the iRacing service, every single junior race comes here, doesn't it? All the rookie races are here, MX5s, etc.
Yeah, it's a free track, isn't it? And
yeah.
I think most people have done 40 million laps round here in an MX5.
Definitely. And because of that, I think it does balance it out a little, not a great deal. The fast guys are dedicated to the amount of seat time they put in the car, but it does bring it together a bit. Some tracks, some of these guys have never been to before. Some of them are buying them the week of the race, and that does make a massive difference. And I think it'll be slightly more competitive because of where we are.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. And Bill, we've seen, just looking at the names at the top there, we've seen Marco Namela is fast everywhere. Tony Klusterman was on a little bit of a slump, but got his mojo back last night in the Euro Strength Field race. Johnny Brandon sat there in third, but he's quite capable of popping one on pole. Jamie McKnight has been flying the flag for NQR. Rich Warmingham, Steve LaValle, they've both been going great guns. And then we see Adam Wright as well last night have a fantastic result in the Euro Strength Field race. So there's a number of drivers in this, Bill, that can take race wins.
Absolutely. You were just mentioning the first 6 guys. They're all in the 129s, and they're not far away from each other. And I think you're absolutely correct about Tony Klusterman. He got his mojo last night. Just look at the practice time he's got there, the best time he's got. I mean, it's within less than 2/10 away from Marco Namela, which is absolutely nothing. It's a blink of an eye. So he's very capable. And of course, Johnny Brandon, Jamie McKnight, Henry McCullough, Rich Warmingham, all guys that are very capable of winning. And I think we got some up-and-comers. You mentioned Adam Wright. I think Ant Woodward can pop one. Jamie Wilson. We mentioned Adam Wright. Steve LaValle, quite obviously, is capable. So we got some up-and-comers. I think it's very possible that one of them might pull out a win, especially maybe with a reverse grid.
Yeah, and I'm going to give a shout-out to Ryan Walker. I have been abusing him on Facebook for the last couple of days. He had some promotional photos done for the work that he does with Racespot TV, and I did comment that he does look like Alan Carr. for those that know who Alan Carr is. Sorry to that. Sorry for that. But you do look like him, Ryan. Anyway,
sorry, not sorry, was it?
that was a sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I literally I fired up Facebook, and that was the first thing that popped up, and I thought, why am I getting pictures of Alan Carr? And then I see it was Ryan, and yeah, it was too late then. So if I do accidentally slip up and call him Alan Carr tonight, apologies. But yeah, I think we're in for 3 cracking races. I'm hoping we get 3 different winners, and I'm hoping that the racing is hard but fair, Pete, shall we say?
I think there'll be a lot more respect than in some of the official races that we've seen recently. Although last night's was very good. That was very well done by all the guys that raced in that official race. They'll be very tentative, getting past one another, I think. But at the end of the day, all these guys at the top here know what it's like to win, and they want to continue winning. And if the guys below them can get a win, they're damn well going to have a go at it. That's for certain. So I think you're right. I think the first race will probably be the most, the race with the most decorum involved in it. And then the 2 reverse grid races, it really just depends on how much that grid reverses. I'm guessing, and I don't know this, so I'll let you correct me as you wish. You usually do. That the smaller the grid, the more chance of a full reverse there is, because we don't change the numbers on the wheel, do we?
No, we don't. No.
Right. So the smaller field lends itself to a propensity to get more full reverse grids, right?
Yes. Although bear in mind, drivers need to be on the lead lap to qualify
that's very true,
for the lead lap. And it's not a particularly long lap, is it? So there's every chance that whoever wins the first race could lap at least a few of the field and take them out of the reverse grid reckoning.
Yeah, if you end up with damage around here, you will go a lap down. It's that simple. You can't maintain the corner speed with a damaged car, and there's lots of corners, like you said at the beginning. It's a far more technical track than you think. Is it? What is that? What is the turn called? Is it Atwood, the big long one before you go up the hill and onto the back straight? It takes a lot of practice to get that right without spinning your wheel, kicking the back end out, ending up in the gravel. We've all done it many times as rookies, or maybe not the guys at the top of this lot, but I certainly have. And for that reason, a lot of the corners are the same, and for that reason, it will separate and mean that if you do get damage, you'll fall back quite quickly and you will get lapped. And especially if you have to pit, that's probably going to be you done and dusted for that race, I think.
Yeah, Pete, and to also mention, after that tricky turn, getting onto that rising straightaway that you're talking about, after that you got a whole bunch of switchbacks, and you finally get down to the last 2 before the pit entry that they're so sharp you wonder if the car's going to make it around the corner. I mean, it's such a wicked, that last corner before the pit entrance. I mean, you got the wheel cranked all the way over, and if you're not in the right spot, you go off the road. It's unbelievable how tight it is. Yeah,
and that's a weirdly named corner because I think they've been watching Knight Rider, because it's called Michael Knight Corner. It's one of the few that I remember. The first corner is easy to remember because it's called First Corner, and the last corner is
how creative. Yeah.
The last corner is equally as easy to remember.
What's that, last corner?
Middle corner, then.
Yeah, they missed out all the middle corner. It'd be dead funny if they're all called Middle Corner 1, Middle Corner 2.
Okay, so practice, the guys have had 3 hours. So they've now got 15 minutes to put together everything that they've learnt. Marco Namela's in a hurry.
See, they must miss me trying to beat them out of the pits on qualifying laps.
Yeah, they're That used to be the only time he was ahead, wasn't it?
It was the only time I got camera footage. I remember that. There's that Pillock back out in front of all the fast guys again. Give him 2 corners, he'll have crashed.
So we just had another driver join right at the deck, Jay Queen. So,
welcome, Jay.
Let's hope he's done some offline practice.
Yeah, this isn't a league you want to just arrive and drive at, is it?
Not really, no. I'm looking for this Nomela Brandon Kloosterman battle up the top there.
Yeah.
And I think Jamie McKnight as well can get in there with them.
He's improved quite a lot, hasn't he? Talon Newitt's got a lot quicker lately. Who else was I looking at before? Thinking you're going to have a stab at Steve LaValle. He's been very racy lately.
I think
he's I don't know. It's something to do with that XVR stable, isn't it? You've got Johnny Brandon and Nicole Foggy up there as sort of their, I would say, elite drivers. But they seem to bring everybody on in leaps and bounds. I go to a few seasons ago when Rich Wolverham started.
Marco Nomella slid off turn 1.
I was regularly beating Rich, and now I wouldn't be able to get anywhere near him.
No, you're right. It's a good stable. They obviously share good setups.
Yeah, Steve LaValle's another one that's improved leaps and bounds.
Definitely.
Tyler Newitt, Lame O'Connor. They just seem to bring these drivers on.
Where is old man O'Connor anyway?
I don't know. He's been missing, hasn't he? Missing in action.
Disappointed he's not here.
I spoke to him on Facebook on Wednesday.
You are?
I spoke to him on Facebook on Wednesday.
Right.
And I thought he was racing Wednesday night, but...
That's a shame.
Well, looks like Marco Nomela got scared off the track by Jamie McKnight because he put it through the kitty lister a minute ago. Clyde, or Bill, who is Faster Autosport, who've just said hello on the chat.
I have no clue.
No idea.
And Ben clearly has been smoking something very strong because for some reason he thinks that XVR owe it all to him because he set the standard for them. I don't know which standard he's referring to. Maybe
the
drinking.
Bar, I think.
Yeah.
Are you the rolling chicane, Ben, or what?
You know that this is how not to do it.
Yes. Somebody had to write that book, and it might well have been Ben.
I'll tell you another person was pretty good. Wayne Sanderson, before he even got involved with XVR, but he's picked up his pace since he went there too.
He has, and he's trying to get a tan on other areas of his anatomy at the moment. I believe in Greece.
Yeah,
which is rude, really, isn't it?
Just Mr. Adonis there in Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that XVR, their nickname is Taskmaster University.
Right.
No, they do.
I'm still upset that Wayne's not racing because, as we all know, all you need is a tablet and a controller.
Yeah, we used to race with Solomon, didn't we? Who raced on his laptop. Yeah. How on earth did he manage to be that fast with a laptop?
There was a guy that I used to race against years ago in our NASCAR 2000. I forget what it was, but he used a joystick to race. Unbelievable.
A joystick?
Yeah.
That's just bizarre.
Forward was accelerate, back was brake, and then you could left and right in combination. And, yeah, I'll tell you, and he was good too.
Right. And Chris Jackson, he's on the chat. Why is he not racing? He got a broken leg, or is he working again?
He's probably using the baby excuse again. Nikolai Bogatiro has just joined the session as well.
Hey. Nikolai's another one that's improved immensely over the last few years.
Definitely. I'm sure. Well, I've said it before, and I'm sure Nikolai knows that I mean this with no malice. But when he first joined, he was that driver that if you was anywhere near him on track, you would give him at least 15 foot of room because you never knew what was going to happen. But now you can go door to door, corner after corner after corner.
Yeah, my first race, he clubbed my car to death. And I avoided him like the plague from that point on, but he's so much improved now, it's unreal.
Yeah,
and he's
definitely
competitive with it, you know.
I'll tell you another thing, Nikolai is a finisher too. He doesn't quit. And I'll tell you, I think he'd be a great guy to run an enduro with. I think he'd be really good, to be honest with you, because he doesn't stop. He keeps going, and you know, I mean, if he gets a hangnail, he doesn't stop. I mean, he keeps going, and he definitely has improved.
He's just said on the chat he's trying to prove that practice doesn't matter. So
Right.
he's in the arrive and drive stable tonight.
Yeah, everybody keep your eyes on Nikolai. I think what Nikolai would benefit from is joining a team.
I agree. I have mentioned it to him on numerous occasions. So
no
where are
members
we?
of
Where
Team
are
QC in tonight. Why is that?
No, I don't know. I've not spoken to Gary Croft for a while, so I don't know whether his concussion thing is back.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I hope he doesn't have a relapse with that.
Yeah, it can happen though, can't it?
It can, yeah. Concussion's
Yes,
a
it can.
funny thing.
Yeah.
And Greg Carr is a bit sporadic at the moment. I think he may be enjoying some time with his daughter. So
I was going to say that's probably it. Yep.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that one. Jamie Wilson here, doing a great job. He's got 9th place provisionally at the moment.
but Chris Jackson's just a big girl.
Oh yeah.
And Clyde, he's supposed to be a hockey player, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Girls field hockey, is it?
No.
Tell you what, that's both brutal. He play that
he
at school.
races, doesn't he, when Mary lets him?
Oh, is that
what it
right?
all
Yeah.
boils down to,
Does he have to beg?
I think so.
Yeah, that's about right.
So where are we? Marco Namela currently sits on provisional pole. Johnny Brandon second, Tony Kloosterman third, Jamie Knight fourth, Rich Warmingham fifth.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
And look at that, Steve LaValle's up in 6th.
Yeah, and have you seen how close they are? 5th and 6th.
Very
Oh my
close.
god, they're not
Yeah,
close
like
at all.
identical.
And 8th
Same
and
as-
9th.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I tell you what, this is going to be a competitive race. This is going to be unboring.
Is that a word?
That's a double negative.
Most V8 supercar races I found are not boring.
No, sometimes you get ones that you just look away from the screen. 'Cause
Yeah, oh yeah.
you're like, what are they doing? Have they never driven the car before? But then I decided to commentate.
I'm with you, Pete.
But I agree with you. It's very rare you get a boring V8 race. Usually it's the series with a lot of open wheelers. They end up as procession, don't they? But not in V8s.
No, I don't know what it. I just I wish I could drive this car well because it's just amazing. It's so difficult to drive. It's so cool. It's little tires, a lot of horsepower. It moves all over the track if you let it. It's just an amazing vehicle.
Yeah, and it does look good when you get it right, and it feels amazing when you get even one corner right. Well, I don't know what it feels like to string together a full lap of corners.
Me either. Sounds good.
So nobody really improving up the top.
Apparently Mary is smiling in the Jackson household. because she knows it's true. That's why.
Yeah, Chris isn't smiling because Mary hasn't allowed him to.
I think Chris wants to cross-check all of us.
Yeah.
So I believe the temperature's just going to rise. So we're currently in sim time, 8:15 in the morning. Race 2 will be an afternoon session, so that will be the hottest one. And then race 3, we've got our usual sunset setting. Although I don't think it will affect the drivers that much on a 15-minute race.
No, you've not said it to run to night time, have you? Do you remember that? That was great, that race.
And do you know what? They're usually the best races, aren't they?
They can be, yeah.
The ones where you cock something up and do something unexpected, they turn into really good races.
Is that you admitting that you are fallible?
No.
Well, of course not.
Obviously, I put the right stuff into iRacing, and then iRacing cocks it up for me.
Yeah, that sounds more like you.
At least he didn't say it was your fault, Pete.
Yeah. Option B, Pete Bingham's fault.
Oh goodness.
Oh dear. I'm not even responding to Chris's last message. You can do that, Clyde.
It's a family
what's
program.
about?
I'm
really not sure. That's why I said that's all up to you. So there was a lovely queue of people waiting to come out.
You must be talking about cake.
Yeah, it can't be about getting corners right or getting laps right, because he wouldn't know, would he? He's not been on here for ages. So at the minute we're facing a Marco and Amela pole, with Johnny Brandon in provisional second, Tony Klusterman provisional third.
Yeah, Adam Wright was nearly facing in the wrong direction.
He was, yeah.
I just caught that be a massive twitch.
Yeah. Marco's done well here because he kind of did that on his first lap.
Ouch!
And he's done it on this one.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that in the race.
No. I mean, the good thing about this place is it doesn't take long to get back round on your outlap, does it? So you can afford a few indiscretions along the way.
Yeah, they've only got 2 minutes left, though.
He only needs to cross the line, though, right? So he can get one more, and if he chooses to. I don't think he's going to. His name is greyed out on my screen, so I don't think he's going to do that.
Yeah, he's probably done.
But Johnny Brandon is on a reasonable lap, in inverted commas. He's got 2 good sectors on him under him at the minute. Even his non-green sectors are quick. Sector 3 is the one that he's... Sector 4 is the one he's on now. So as long as he does a decent job of this, he's either going to close on Marco's time or surpass it.
Corner.
My brain can't do the math
that well.
fast. What's he posted here? Oh, he
improved, but not enough.
Not quite enough. I mean, look at the difference. 0.1 point. What's that? 0.11.
111. Yeah. Yeah.
That's as close as you can get. Jamie McKnight's got a toe down here, has he?
Possibly, yeah. It might be close enough.
He's giving Tony a toe, is he? No, we're on with Tony now.
Yeah, it's Jamie behind.
Yeah. Jamie's in the Holden. Getting towed around by Tony Klusterman.
So these two have a combined age of about 170.
What is it you call Jamie?
I couldn't possibly say that on air.
Oh, right, yeah. What's the other thing you say about him?
Shergar.
Oh, dear, that's funny. Right, any of these two going to improve? I don't think so, because neither of them were on a particularly hot lap.
No.
130.15 from Tony. He's done better than that already in the session, and 130.24 for Jamie. He's already done better than that as
Better
well.
than that,
So,
yep.
they're continuing to nail it. Did they get across the line? Did they before it checkered?
I'm not sure, if I'm honest.
They kind of look businesslike, so I think they did. Just the behaviour of Tony Klusterman's car, it looks calm and under control, doesn't it?
Tony's got his mojo back. He
Definitely.
He, as we said before, he had a string of rough races, and I think it knocked his confidence. But he's back. The old Tony is back now. So
Rich Warmingham didn't improve his time as well.
no, the checkers are out. So we've got 3 people currently still on track.
Yeah, I'm
These
still on
2
yeah.
and Marco Lewert.
Well, I don't think we're going to see an improvement from either of these
They
two.
don't look like they're knocking it dead on this one either.
No.
What's Marco doing? No.
I think the other thing with Tony is he was doing the Porsche thing, wasn't he? Canadian Porsche Cup or something like that. I think he got a bit distracted. It was out the corner of his eye, wasn't it? So
I think I'm too happy.
So no improvement for either of these two on that last lap, but any lap is a practice lap. It'll give you a bit more education, even if you don't think it does.
So that's qualifying over. We'll just rein Pete in for a minute. Wait for the session to click over, and then Pete will take you through our starting grid of 19 cars.
I just got a little excited last night and wanted to get the names done in advance, and this is the abuse I get, people.
No, to be fair, Friday night, yes, go for it, because we don't control anything, and it is literally the cars get on the grid and away we go. But we have a little bit of time tonight.
And we have ticked over now.
Go.
Okay, so your pole man, that was Sam, by the way, is Marco Namela. He'll be checking his mirrors. Hopefully not. It'll be Italian driving for him, I think. In second will be Johnny Brandon. In third will be Tony Klusterman. Jamie McKnight will be fourth. Rich Warmingham will be fifth. Steve Lavallee will be sixth. Seventh will be Henry Makula. Jimmy Wilson will go off eighth. Ninth will be Tyler Newitt. Ant Woodward goes off 10th. Hopefully Stacey's watching as well. Marco Lowert in 11th, and Ryan Walker. Who does he look like again? Sorry,
Alan Carr.
Alan Carr. In 12th. 13th will be Andrew Hoffman. 14th will be Adam Wright. 15th will be Nikolai Bogatyrov. Jamie Jeffrey will go off 16th. Ben Cullen off 17th. Ivan Bowman's off 18th. And Jay Queen off 19th. You may see Mike Frost on your screen, but we believe he's not racing because he was struggling with the car.
He's not. So, 15-minute sprint.
Don't look away from your screen because you'll miss it.
Let's see if Sam can keep up with the action. The lights are about to come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're green.
19 cars make a run for it. Andrew Hoffman all over the place in the background.
We're 11 wide.
11 wide.
Well, Marco just snuck in front of Johnny Brandon there. That was close.
Jay Queen's been Mr. Sensible and kept it on the grid for a long time. But here we go.
Tony's been shuffled back.
Oh dear, somebody in a very stylish car crashed it. Jamie. Oh, that's close. So Jamie McKnight, I think, has lost out of position here to Rich Warmingham.
Yeah.
And that was in the corner they call Williams, which is the long sweeping left-hander before you go into the Moss S's. We're coming down to the affectionately known hairpin now. I don't know why it's called that. Oh, that's a nudge. That was an XR black car. Was it Steve Lavallee?
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, got into the back.
Jimmy McKnight.
Yeah. Tyler Newitt inside. Is that Henry Makula? It's hard to see.
It is Henry Makula. If you've got Adam Wright behind with Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, Jamie's not going to like that. He's going to come back here. Oh, Adam's taken out. So Adam got nudged by Jamie, and then Adam took out one of the XVR cars.
Must be Ant Woodward.
Yeah, it will be.
Cullen is
car's
smoking
dead.
quite bad.
Smoking?
I'm surprised that's moving, because usually when that happens with your car, it just goes bang really fast afterwards. These cars don't last for long after they start that stuff. Ivan Bauman managed to get through all of that without any incident. Don't know how. He must have driven through it all.
Alan Carr's up 3 as well.
Yeah, so Jamie stuffs it on the inside here, turns Adam a bit, and then it all goes south from there.
Was innocent and all that.
I think so, yeah. Let's
Let's go see what happened to Ben. Is it just a dodgy down? Oh, no, it's not Ben.
There we go.
It is Ben.
He's on board with Ben.
He's all on his own.
Is he going to hit somebody?
Oh,
Is that all? That can't be all.
Isn't it?
Oh dear, I
Right.
rate him. And he looked in his mirrors and seen huge plumes of smoke by now. You wouldn't get that normally, would you?
Not on a front left contact, no.
I think Ben's been unreally unlucky there.
Agreed.
Oh, and of course he's listening as well, isn't he?
Yeah, so it was all Ben's fault.
Yeah, Ben, you did it all wrong. So what's going on at the front then? We are as we were, I think.
We are, yeah. Top 3 are still the same. Rich Warmingham still in front of Jamie McKnight.
That's going to go down like a bucket of cold stick, isn't it? Because Ela wanted to be wingman for Tony.
Yeah, so Ivan Bowman's is our biggest mover at the moment. He's gone up 4 positions. And Ant Woodward being innocently taken out, he's dropped 7. And we're over 3 minutes already.
So that's Hoff getting out of the way in spectacular fashion from Ant Woodward. And then who's this coming out of the pits?
Is that Jay? Yeah,
Oh,
Jay
well,
Queen.
That's odd, because he left his car on the start line. Has he managed to get involved in some of that, has he?
I didn't see any. I see him enter the pit lane.
Oh, here we go. So
I don't know why he entered the pit lane.
He's getting stalked by Jamie Jeffrey here. Oh, locks up.
Locked up.
Went through the kitty litter.
Still nothing horrendous.
No. Got a bag full of neutrals though, by the look of that.
Strange one.
Yeah. Good to see new drivers joining the league though. And this league is awesome for bringing people up to that racing standard, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, the top guys in the league will just help you no end. You've just got to ask.
Yeah.
Nobody will say no to you.
And if you think about the names we were talking about before and how quickly they've come up the league, so the likes of Rich Warmingham and Steve Lavallee, you know, the education they've had is just amazing.
Yeah, Nikolai's looking to put a move on Adam, who's obviously got some damage, I would have thought.
And so is Nikolai, funnily enough. Left front damage. He got tangled up with a bit of netcode and an Ant Woodward. Henry Makula, very quick driver. Had him in chat recently, didn't we? Speaks better English than you do, Clyde.
Yeah, that's not typical though.
Not really.
English isn't my first language.
Jamie McKnight just went by. Who was that? Steve LaValle?
Yeah, he's got Rich Warmingham. He went past, so he's got that position back.
And in good fashion as well. Tyler Newitt's trying to do the same move and struggling at the minute with Henry. Or is that Henry trying to get back in front of Tyler?
I think that's Henry going back, I believe.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, you're right, Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, Henry is talking the ball. Alan Carr's right up behind him.
Whoa!
Yeah, Tyler.
Good corner.
Yeah.
Good corner from Henry.
Tyler getting a wiggle on.
Yeah. I think Henry's got that grip hack going on.
might get a little interesting in this corner. Whoop! What happened? My screen jumped here or something.
You got technical issues, Bill?
I got totally different stuff than you do.
Right.
Well, that was the move. That was Jamie McKnight taking the place there.
It was a good move as well. He did a proper cutback at the hairpin.
So Field the Drive is asking if Jamie Jeffrey is still ghosting from his dodgy Wi-Fi. The last picture I had from Jamie Jeffrey in his setup, he had an internet lead traipsed right through his house so that he was hardwired.
Man.
Is he still suffering that way? Because he used to have a pop at me when I went full Bingham. Oh dear, Jay.
Joe's
trying to get off the track.
Issues, isn't he?
Yeah, he's purposefully gone off the track. I think he might have some sort of technical problem.
The way he went off there was weird.
Yeah, he's locked up there. He's gone wide here, and it just draws you out and spins you around.
Yeah.
And then he's gone. I need to get off the track. So he's
that's
done
true.
this.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he's trying to sort his car out by the look of that.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I think he's had a technical issue there.
I agree.
You could be right.
I think I am. I'm usually more right than you. Both these guys have got matching damage. If you look, front left, I just skirted past that. If you notice, Ivan Bauman's. I think that was letting Jamie Jeffrey past.
Yeah, I think it was.
Ivan, I feel, still getting used to the nuances of this vehicle, but he's showing really good talent. He doesn't bin it very often, does he? So.
And you've got to start somewhere, and we always say to people, when you first come to this car, a win for you to start with is finishing a race.
What's that like, by the way?
You can't finish a race if you keep binning the car.
No, definitely not. Ryan Walker or Alan Carr. In the thick of it at the minute. He's got traffic all around him.
Got Tyler Newitt in front of him and Jimmy Wilson behind him.
Yeah, Henry McCool is checked out a bit from Tyler Newitt.
There he is. Yep.
And then who is that? Marco Lewert that's catching up on this battle as well.
Yes, it is.
And I think that Johnny Brandon is closing down Marco Namela at the front. I reckon it'll be a big gap if we put a camera on it at some point, but it's come down to 1.5 seconds, so...
Oh yeah, and Tony's about the same distance behind Johnny.
Yeah.
And there's Jamie.
Yeah, we're a little over 9 minutes in at the moment.
But you got to make hay now if you're going to get somewhere.
Yeah, and look at Nikolai. He's properly tracking down Adam Wright.
No practice, Nikolai doing really well.
And Adam Wright's improved a lot this season, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Massive.
Adam Wright has improved a lot in the last few weeks.
Yeah, I'd agree with that statement as well.
In fact, I'll take the credit for that. I think he's improved since we signed him for BSTV Esports in the VRA GTCC. He suddenly got better.
Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, Jamie's getting a bit fighty here with Alan Carr, though, isn't he?
You can see Jamie's on board on the picture. So thanks to Jamie for sharing that.
Jamie and his internet cable.
I think Alan Carr was going to share his as well.
All right.
Well, if he looks in his rearview mirror, it's full of Jamie Wilson.
Yeah. Of course, Jamie's clearly on VR, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, I've never seen a shot of anybody with VR.
Really?
I've got a VR set, believe it or not, that Clyde used to take the Michael out of me for not using. It was only
the pair
£500
of
quid.
you have both got VR sets and you've not installed them.
Well, you know, Pete, you're not the only one. Mine's still in the box here, sitting on the floor. Matter of fact, 2 generations of VR systems have come out since I got this one.
Jamie's getting very, very interested now. That was good, wasn't it? He got a massive amount of drive there, but he's going to lose out because Alan Carr's drive onto the back straight was far better.
Yeah, well, he's an attacker, though, I'll tell you.
Jamie Wilson, definitely.
He could be a fighter pilot, let me tell you.
Right, then here we go again. This is still continuing. Nikolai's struggling to catch properly and overtake Adam at the moment.
Alright, here we go. We got 17 cars out here, not a lot. But look at the little infighting we got, these little groups go on. Amazing.
Yeah. It is fantastic.
I don't think Johnny Brandon's got anything from Marco Namela. I've just been watching that gap and it fluctuates between 1.3 and 1.7 seconds.
Yeah, I got awfully excited when it went from 1.8 down to 1.5. That's about as much as it's wavered recently. It's been very, very static. The three of them. That's an interesting overtake, isn't it?
Adam just went really wide.
Yeah. And Nikolai kept it shallow and has taken a defensive line into first corner, in inverted commas, because that's what it's called. Next corner is called Williams. And when you get that corner right, it feels so good when you come out of there smooth. It's fantastic.
So this must be just Jamie again.
Is he going to pop out from the slipstream here? He does, and he jams it in. Does he get it stopped? He certainly does. That was perfect. Keeps it shallow on the entrance to Williams, and he's on a good line for the Moss S's.
But Ryan Walker, aka Alan Carr, is a very, very sensible driver. He's getting used to the car. He will not battle people that he's not up to their speed. He fully understands let's finish the race. Let's get the car home 3 times tonight, and I'll score more points than trying to drive the balls off of it, fighting everybody, and ending up in the pits 3 times.
Yeah, sensible options for a better Ryan Walker. Oh, sorry, Alan Carr. Interesting watching Jamie's shot, and I'd like to think that I would also check my mirrors as much as he does, because he was glancing up at regular intervals, which shows how aware everybody is. I've always thought I was very aware of where I was driving, but clearly not for the amount of times that I crash.
That might be your problem, Pete. You spend more time looking in the mirrors than where you're actually going.
Yeah, totally.
Well, Nikolai has gotten by Adam, huh? Adam, right? I missed that.
Yeah, he did it on what is known as last corner, where Adam went a bit wide.
This could be the last lap.
Yeah, we're closing on that, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got less than, 15
seconds?
seconds.
Is he going to get across the line for another lap? Don't think so.
I don't think
I don't think so either. So, we'll soon know if he
looks like it's going
flashes his lights and dives towards the pit wall or something like that.
That is the checkered flag.
There you go. Well done, Marco Namela, Johnny Brandon and Tony Klusterman. That is your podium for race 1. Masterful drive by all 3, really. They ended the race 1.5 seconds apart each.
And then Jamie McKnight was next.
Yep, Jamie McKnight came home 4th, Rich Warmingham 5th, Steve LaValle in 6th, Henry Makula in 7th, Tyler Newitt in 8th, Jamie Wilson in 9th, Ryan Walker, aka Alan Carr, in 10th, Marco Lawert in 11th. He had a quiet race, didn't see his car almost at all. Nikolai Bogotyrev, who you were watching just now, in 12th, Adam Wright in 13th, Jamie Jeffrey in 14th, and then we are watching the next cars coming in now, or we were. Which was Ivan Bauman's, then Andrew Hoffman, and then Ben Cullen, you see, just ahead of you, followed by Ant Woodward with a heavily damaged car. No Stacey on the chat. What's going on there?
Yeah, she's obviously preparing our box of goodies for us. So we had a bit of everything in that.
And then Jay McQueen finishing off our field in 19th. I think he had possibly serious technical issues. If any of the drivers are watching and you want to have a chat with us in the pause between races while Clyde does his wild magic on the iRacing service, then I'll chat to you if you want to have a chat. Or rather, me and Bill will terrorise you in the interview room. Be a nice gap filler while we watch the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Who's Canadian Crispy Bacon? Is that Chris Jackson being silly?
No, it's not Chris.
Is that an instruction for everyone, Sam?
That's for me.
Yeah, it was for Bill. Yeah.
For Bill, right? Okay.
Right, guys.
Right then.
Got the wheel on screen. Are you ready, boys?
We're ready.
Yeah, TV
and
Fortune.
Let's spin it.
That reference to
Blah
drugs
blah
in any
blah
way?
blah 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 blah.
Can we get a real music for this?
Yeah, we need some music.
Yeah, exactly. And that's gonna be 14 plus 1. 15.
So that's
15.
15.
Where's that put us? Ivan. Is that right?
So let's have a look.
Ivan Bowman's first.
Bowman's on pole.
For Ivan. Don't panic. I remember getting one of these and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die. Just
Right,
terrifying.
I'm just going to mute myself and get the next session set up while you guys talk about what we've just seen and what we've got coming up.
So that's a euphemism for Clyde's going to go and have a poo. So, Bill, we didn't see a terrible amount of excitement at the front, unless you consider Marco Nomela's performance to be absolutely fantastic, which it was. But further back in the field, that was some good racing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely was. And no, nothing taken away from Marco Nomela. Lately he's on a tear. He wins everything, and he's doing one hell of a job, let me tell you. But we did have a nice little battles there. No practice, Nikolai and Adam Wright going at it, and we had the 3-car mix-up with Adam Carr, and who else was involved in that? But a lot of good little battles there. It was considering only 17 cars. It was excellent.
It was, yeah, and there was a bit to do with Adam Wright and Jamie Wilson. I always want to say Jeffrey after that. Don't know why, just because it's got 2 J's in it. I don't know. And they wiped out on the unfortunate Ant Woodward, who would have done enormously better had he not been wiped out, I'm sure. Jay Queen did really well for his first race out, and the technical issues he clearly had, because he actually finished the race, which is always a bonus. Yep. One person we didn't see much of, and probably for the right reasons, was Marco Loer. I don't remember seeing him on camera very much at all, but he had a nice quiet race, finished 11th. That's bagging quite a lot of points, which is excellent. And then you're right, Arrive and Drive Bogotyrev manages to get a 12th place finish. He must feel buzzing after that. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, he's come a long way, as we said before. He's really doing a great job.
He has, definitely. Nobody's in our interview room, so everybody's being very selfish. I'm sure some of them watch this and must know. I'm forgetting. We've got to leave this session as well, haven't we? Oh, dear.
Yeah, we do.
Foolish Bingham.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, and something that Clyde was saying before, the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award, obviously that's my dad's little trophy thing, about the people you pass, whoever passes the most people, or has the most advancement in position. And some of those people have only been in once or twice in a race, which shows the effect that they've had while they've been in there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, right. So we do actually have Sam. You're going to have to help me out here. I don't know how to move people from room to room. So are you? Oh, there we go. So we've got Ant Woodward in our chat. So welcome to the booth, Ant Woodward. You finished 16th in that one. Oh no, you didn't. You finished 18th in that one. You were the victim of something not of your creating, and got wiped out. Is that a fair thing to say?
I don't really think it was anyone's creating. I've just looked at it.
All right.
I was mad for the rest of the race. I'm dying to know who it was that did that to me.
It wasn't the person that made contact with you.
No, it was. I mean, I think they just crossed over, and Adam got sort of 45-degree turn and then hit the grass. That was it. But I don't think they were. It was just a bit of overlap that they weren't aware of. I think so. You can't really do much about that. All the anger subsided straight away when I saw it, and carry on.
Watch the replay again because your anger will return. But
well, I shouldn't. I spun. I was facing backwards, facing the field, and I just lit it up. And I probably ruined that set of tires definitely for me. And I think Nikolai Bogotayev come around the corner, and I nosed into him. So yeah, should have probably kept my foot on the brake. But
yeah, something weird happened to Ben Cullen in that accident as well. He very, very gingerly brushed either you or Adam Wright, and his engine gave up. It was the highest touch ever. It was just proper iRacing disaster.
Yeah, that sucks. I think I finished just behind him. So
yeah. Have you got a plan for the next race, or is it just keep it clean this time?
Head down, carry on. Just try and keep out of trouble again.
No Stacey on the chat. What's going on?
Oh, she's around somewhere. She's just caught me, actually. Been caught again. You know how we like simulation and making everything as real as possible.
Yeah.
I thought I wear the seatbelts in the rig, obviously. So you don't fall out or crash. And I just thought a head and neck restraint device would be good. To make more realism.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we talking racing now or S&M or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, well, better luck in the next race. When you watch the replay of that one, you'll feel hard done by. I guarantee it. But good luck for the next two races.
Cheers, boys.
Cool. Sam, can we have Ben in now instead of Ant? So, Ben Cullen, you're probably getting this in stereo because you're getting it through Discord and through YouTube now. You need to unmute your mic, or do I need to do that? I don't really know. Clyde, how do you unmute people? Do you know?
He's not server muted. He's muted on his own.
Oh, is he? Well, we can't talk to you, Ben, until you unmute. He's probably away from his rig, so do you want to fire him back to the interview room until he unmutes himself? So anyway, right, Stacey has appeared in the chat now. So good evening, Stacey. She did scare me a little bit with the boo that she wrote in there. Jay Queen has been onto the chat and said that he jumped to the start and then ended up with an unsafe pit entrance.
Oh boy.
So that's why we saw him coming out of the pits. Have you launched the new session, Clyde?
I did in error.
Oh dear.
And I'm just waiting for the next one to launch.
Right, okay.
Oh, beans, really? Oh, crap.
I did a team event for some unknown reason.
Okay.
Does that make a massive difference, does it?
So this first one is no good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need me to disappear and tell everybody to move from one session to the next or not?
You got somebody sitting in there. I don't know.
If there's anybody in there, if you can just tell them.
Yeah.
I think it was
and the new one is now up.
Right, okay.
Ivan Baumans, I think, is in there.
No problem. I'll be back shortly.
And there's 2 sitting in there. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, when you watch
where-
Bill, the first one, you've got team and watch now and team sessions. This is not the correct one. This is the other one you have to choose. Don't know if that's clear, but this is how I can
Yeah.
make
Oh,
a
I see. I
difference.
see it.
Yeah,
Team
you want
sessions.
you want the one with the most drivers in.
I got you. I see it. No team sessions on the bottom. I see it now. Okay, got it.
It looks like everybody's getting in there.
God, when you get old, you got to be spoon fed everything. This is terrible.
No. I think that session's wrong as well. No. I think that session's wrong as well. No.
Oh my.
Don't think the grid is right.
Well, you got people out practicing.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not right.
Could you please stop throwing money away?
You're chewing into Sam's profits.
This one comes out of my pocket.
I know.
Yours too. Okay.
Okay, gonna have to leave that one again, Clyde.
Yeah. The grid's not set.
Okay. Do you want me to tell the drivers?
Are you in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
still in
stick
the
it on
first
the
one at the moment.
chat.
There's about 4 people in there at the moment.
I don't know if you heard it, Pete. The second one's bad too.
At least when he has a bad day, he has a really bad day, you know.
Fair enough. It's not like he does this every week. A couple of times.
Right, I'll hang about.
I can tell you that someone is angry, but
Who's that?
I'm not gonna say who.
Oh, go on, tell me.
Ha. Guess it.
Marco.
Nah, someone that always angry.
Oh, lower.
Nah.
No?
Nah. Someone we are used to be angry.
Are you still in that session, Sam?
I just leave it.
So you could have advanced it.
Yeah. Forgot about that. I have the admin rights in the sessions. I can join it back if you want. Gonna advance it. Not a problem. That was Johnny, by the way. He was asking to not doing this every week. That's a waste of time. Or something like that.
Who was that?
Johnny.
Johnny Brandon?
Yeah, the grumpy boy. And now we all know that Clydes cannot do two things at the same time.
Right, that's everybody out of the first session. Johnny's waiting for an interview.
Johnny Brandon, welcome to the booth.
Hello.
Hello.
You were talking about me, so I thought I'd come and say hello.
Oh dear, that's funny. How you doing, Johnny?
Trying to stay awake, really, with all these different servers. You know, you never know what one's right, what one's wrong. It's good.
Well,
And
Johnny, that's part of the task, man.
Yeah. So, how did your first race go? You were in second the entire race, weren't you? Keeping a safe gap between yourself and Tony behind you, and couldn't make inroads into Marco's lead. No.
no, made a mistake, and that was it. Marco was too quick for me in that one. So congrats to him. I think is that his first win. Is that the correct session up now, by the way?
Yeah, 7:59.
So, yeah. Do you think they've changed the track? Because Okayama feels a lot more grippy than it used to me.
No, I don't think they changed
No?
it. They've obviously changed the car probably since you last went round there.
Yeah, that's true.
But
not
the
feel
new
like an
car's a
Eon.
lot more grippy initially. But yeah, I mean, you've got good pace for probably 2-3 laps, and then the drop off starts.
That was the Royal
And,
U, wasn't it? Because it's not me, is it? Really?
Everybody. Yeah, it's good pace, and then the drop offs comes at about lap 4 or 5, depending on how much you hammer the tires. But if you hammer the tires too much, it'll start probably lap 3.
And have you got the chance to recover the tyres at the minute or not? Does it not work like that
No,
yet?
it doesn't work like that.
Right, okay.
If you really, really cane them and cook them and spin them up and overheat them, you do. But that's not really the case of what's going on. There's just a certain amount of grip if you use it all in one go.
Yeah. And we were talking before about how many of the people that end up in the XVR stable manage to improve to a much higher level, especially in this car, obviously. That's all we're seeing at the moment. So what do you attribute that to? Because like Rich Warmingham and Steve LaValle, they're the two names that are shouting out to us at the moment. So what is that all about? How do you manage that as a team?
Obviously, it's just all down to me.
That's right, folks. Humble Johnny Brandon.
All down to me, and I make everybody that I'm come in contact with quicker.
Right, okay.
You know, just a gift I have.
I need to stand in your more than ample aura for longer.
No, we just spend a lot of time when we drive around as a team, and everything's done as a team.
Yeah,
and we all help each other. You know, in practice, I'll go around with the guys and just does anyone need any help here, or does anyone want to follow for a guide? And we just help each other out, and seems to work.
Well, it's definitely doing something, because the change in some of these drivers that end up in the XVR stable is incredible. So congratulations on that. Whatever you're doing, it's working.
Yeah, but it's more congratulations to them. They're putting in the work. It's like I say, I just lead people around, and
I'll tell you,
that's about it.
Johnny, even Wayne Sanderson, I mean, he was pretty good before he came with you guys, but he's improved immensely since he's been with you just a short time. It's really amazing.
Yeah, I think we got lucky with that one. We kind of could see that coming anyway, so we grabbed him at the right time, I think.
Boy, I'll tell you, he is a good driver. He's got a lot of potential.
Definitely. But I think he sees the benefit of being in a team. So it fits in well with us. We all get on. That's the number one priority. So it's all good.
You wouldn't know, mate.
Is Lane O'Connor all right?
He's not bad. I think he's getting drunk somewhere today.
Oh, okay. Because we were wondering, we were hoping he didn't die because he's not here today.
Well, I can't either confirm or deny that because he's out drinking this weekend. But
okay.
Yeah.
He is Scottish, don't forget. So that's any day ending in Y, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, not pretty well behaved lately, but I did see a post on Facebook saying he was up at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So, but that's it. He's not racing tonight. That's him gone.
Fair enough.
That's okay.
Yeah, I better go. I need some practice.
Yeah, you need the practice, don't you? You're not very good, are you?
So no, but I'm not quite as bad as Clyde setting rooms up. Somebody that does it 3 times a week.
You've got 2 minutes left. By the way,
what he was doing. But
right. Fair enough. Right, let you
use
go.
Clyde to get in the run. Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
good race, Johnny. Have fun.
Thank you. Fingers crossed.
Right then. I've got Jamie Jeffrey still showing in the original. Have you?
I did tell him on the chat which one to join. So
Yeah. Well, he left the one that I was in with him, and I don't know whether he's joined the wrong one again. So while you continue to sort stuff out in the front and probably start commentating, I'll go and make sure that there's nobody in those previous sessions. Oh, I can't join the previous session, so I won't do that. I'll try and get him on here. Back shortly.
Okay, so hopefully we are now loaded into the right session after a bit of a cock up.
You can say I Clyde up then, because it's about the same.
Setting too many sessions up, that's what it is.
Yeah.
By the way, Sam, that fixed the problem. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Right, I'm in. Looks like everybody else is as well. So, with these reverse grid races, the guys get 10 minutes practice, and then obviously there is no qualifying session because the grid is already set.
Yeah, and they only have 10 seconds left in practice.
The 10
so
minutes
it's gonna
is
be tight.
almost up.
I think Jamie just joined the session a few
He
seconds
did,
ago,
yes.
so that's gonna be tight for him to get in the grid.
Well, it gives a little while to click over, doesn't it? So. Okay, so cars are gridding. Ivan Bowman's goes off first. Jamie Jeffrey should be second. Adam Wright third. Nikolai Bogotyrev fourth. Marco Lewert fifth. Ryan Walker sixth. Then comes Jamie Wilson, Tyler Newitt, Henry McCooler, Steve LaValle, Rich Warmingham, Jamie McKnight, Tony Kloosterman, Johnny Brandon, Marco Namela, Andrew Hoffman, Ben Cullen, Ant Woodward, and Jay Queen. Lights are coming on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're green. Oh, big wheel spin from Jamie Jeffrey off the line. Adam Wright's going to go into turn 1 in the lead. 2 and 3 wide deep in the pack. Oh, we got, I think that's Jamie McKnight.
Tony spun around.
Yeah, and Jamie McKnight. So I don't know if they were involved together. I doubt it, but you never know. I'm sure we'll get to see a replay once things calm down a little bit. Oh,
Ivan Bowman's is off. Look out! Oh. He got into Marco Namela, and I can't see who the other... Henry McCula, maybe? I'm not sure who that is. Because we're taken from the...
mobility car.
The camera from the space station. I can't see exactly who that is, but... Oh! Wow.
So what happened to Adam Wright? Because he was first.
He's falling way up. He's off the track now.
So lots of incident on lap 1.
For sure.
So we'll wait for things to calm down a little bit, and then we'll try and go back and have a look.
Wow.
We've got, obviously we need to find out what happened with Tony and Jamie.
A lot of cold tires out here. A lot of skidding around sideways and stuff.
Yeah, and I would guess, let me just have a double check. Yeah, we've got a 121 degree track.
Well, that's pretty warm.
So Nikolai Bogotyrev is currently our leader.
Alan Carr's in second. Showing Marco.
Steve
Whoa!
McMurray. Well held, sir.
Practicing his drifting, apparently. Jamie Jeffrey has gotten by him, looks like.
It was actually a good move, actually.
It really was.
Maybe Wilson's going up the inside of Marco.
Oh, 3 wide.
So that's going to... Well done, guys. I thought
Wow.
that was...
Was that 3 wide into
yeah,
the hair?
I thought Marco was going to get caught in a pincer movement there.
Yeah. I managed to mop everybody up in the end, and they got in the session before me, so what's going on with that? Right, so Johnny Brandon about to overtake Jamie Wilson. He's made good ground, Johnny Brandon, hasn't he?
Yeah, we've had plenty of incident on lap 1.
I must
Go
admit
back and
that.
look at.
Yeah, there's plenty of time for that, though. This is good racing. They're keeping a good gap between one another here. This isn't a great corner to be close to somebody on the outside, but Johnny's managed to make that work. Or has he? He might have to switch across the back of Jamie's car, or is he just going to go
He's
for it?
onside, isn't he? So
Yeah, he's got one option now. And Tyler, his teammate of sorts, is trying to follow him round here. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, Adam and who's that? Jamie
that's
McKnight.
Jamie McKnight.
Right.
I was going to say Johnny's got to get it done shortly because there's some left-handers coming up. And, he's got it done.
He's done it now, though. So shallow into Atwood.
I tell you, Jamie Wilson didn't make it easy for Johnny.
No, he didn't. It was good racing, that.
Certainly was.
And that's the sort of racing that I think Johnny will appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
Clean, door-to-door stuff.
The two up front have checked out at the moment by 6 seconds.
And
They
Jamie
really-
Wilson now's in
They
a...
really have as well. That's class.
Jamie Wilson's now in an XVR sandwich. Johnny Brandon up front, and who's that? Tyler Newitt behind him.
I'm surprised, and that you'll probably correct me because of all the stuff you were talking about before, that Marco Namela and Tony Klusterman and Jamie aren't further forward.
Well, they had a little roundy round in the beginning.
Yeah, there's a couple of things we need to look at. We've seen Tony and Jamie McKnight off the track. Marco Namela, I think, I'm not 100% sure.
Who is that?
See
Is that
Jamie Jeffrey. But Ivan Bauman's went wide, and then we skipped away to something else, and then there was a big knot of cars, and I think Marco Nemela might have been in that.
Right.
Yeah, I believe
And
you're
then
right.
we had Adam Wright was leading, and then when we flicked back, he was well down the field again. So we got plenty to look at.
What do you think, guys? Are you looking at the start right now?
Yeah, let's have a look at it. Yeah.
Allez, let's go. Come on. I'm gonna start with Adam Wright.
So he's gone around the outside and been turned by.
Heck of a start too.
No, this wasn't what. The start was the NQR guys.
Okay.
So Adam went wide. This is the first
Lost
one.
all the time right
Yeah,
there.
well, that's where he lost all of his time.
Let's look at Jamie McKnight now.
Okay, so Tony's up in front of
We
him.
got into the back of his boss.
Oh, it is. It's blue on blue.
Yeah, big time.
Blue on blue. And then Ivan Bauman's rejoin. Did that affect Marco Nemela?
I don't know. That's a little further up, I believe.
Let's see. That's
There's
Ivan.
yeah.
So I see him go wide somewhere.
That's Marco
Good.
Lower
Good.
on his right, isn't it?
There.
Boom.
And it was when he came back on.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
But Marco,
Ooh.
he didn't lose a lot of time though. He got his paint dirty, but he didn't lose a lot of time. He's now behind Jamie McKnight. Are we live again? Yeah.
Yeah. So Johnny Brandon has now closed the gap on Alan Carr to just under 4 seconds.
And
Marco
we didn't miss
Lower.
any pass.
Sorry.
That's cool.
So Marco Lower trying to fend off Steve Lavallee here. And after not seeing much of Marco Lower, we're already seeing quite a lot.
Okay, we got Marco Nemela sizing up. Who was that? Jamie McKnight.
Steve
He's got
Lavallee's gone-
more damage than you think.
Yeah, Steve Lavallee's gone inside there, and that's not going to be good for the next turn. So Marco gets to defend that.
Yeah, it's one of them tracks, and if you can run on the outside of somebody, you know the turn is going to reverse at some point in your favour.
Yeah, and you're never going to be confident overtaking on the outside, are you? Because if they lose traction, they're going to take you out.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a less than confident attempt, isn't it? So these three are battling like they always will, but in the wrong positions compared to where they'd normally be. They're midfield at the minute. Marco's car looks absolutely battered, doesn't it?
Well, it's all scraped up down the right-hand side, but it's the left-hand front of the splitter that's damaged.
Like
Yeah,
the
well,
front end's got problems.
Oh, you're right, yes. That's all creased up and curled
Yeah.
up.
Oh yeah.
Nasty
Yep, that's
snarl,
right.
isn't it?
So we're just over halfway.
This is gonna-
Nikolai Bogotyrev leads Ryan Walker, who leads Johnny Brandon.
and I think Johnny's going to end up hauling a whole load of points that he really needs to get towards the top
Marco
of the
Nemela looking
championship.
inside. No. Sorry, Pete.
That's all right. Lots of points on offer here for Johnny Brandon. If these guys can't get more positions before the end of the race, and while they duke it out like this,
Marco's doing a dive there.
yeah, and he's done a good
Boy, that
job
was
with
a
it
nice
as well.
move. Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's
goes
got-
back
He
the
might
other
get
way.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Oh, that's not good.
Nearly opened the door for Kloosterman.
Yeah.
Boy, he muscled his way back on the track then.
Yeah, Tony's got him here because you're only going to give out at this turn. Don't even know what that turn's called.
Terrible.
I don't think it's called terrible.
Third from last, I think.
Now Adam Wright has come up on the back of Marco Nemela there.
Yeah, and who's that stalking
Steve
Adam? No,
Steve
it's
LaValle?
Rich Warmingham.
Rich Warmingham, yeah. I'm sorry. Rich Warmingham.
In my head, Rich Warmingham's well out of position here as well.
He sure is. He's usually further up than this.
Yeah, I think he has been caught in the start.
Yeah,
Right.
I think so too, Tim.
Yeah, didn't catch all the footage, but I think that's what happened.
Right. Look at that Nikolai go. Holy mackerel.
Doing a really good job, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those too. You're exactly right.
I nearly
Brandon's
defaulted to my.
on the back of them.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
remind me the race I won, and I was in almost the same position as Nikolai. It was not Johnny, it was who was it? I can't remember. It's George McClay, and he was almost in the same position, and he was way faster than me, and it was Anne behind me, and I was hoping that Anne made a mistake and just slow down. George, I'm sure Nikolai is praying now to get the same thing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Johnny's gonna do it
Johnny's
now.
looking.
Johnny's done Alan Carr. Nikolai had been wanting Alan Carr to get in his way a bit more than that. He's taken that corner very wide, which is probably a sensible option. You were talking about Ryan finishing races before Clyde, and there's a good example of how he manages it.
He can see a podium position there.
What's going on
Oh,
here,
look at this.
Richard?
Oh, baby.
Oh, he's
Well
caught that.
held.
though. Good
Wow.
effort.
Had him
Just-
right, but got right in front of Steve. Or was Rich Warmingham? Yeah, he was behind him before too, wasn't he? He was trying to
Yeah.
get by him, probably.
That was a top draw cooling beef moment, wasn't it, Clyde?
Yeah, and just going back to Alan Carr there, he can see a podium finish. You know,
Yes.
he's got a big gap over Jamie Wilson. So
Yeah.
if he was to fight with Johnny Brandon in a battle that he's ultimately going to lose, that would just bring Jamie Wilson onto the back of him.
Yeah. And
This
this,
is a heck-
sorry, go on, Bill.
It's a heck of a battle between Marco Lawart and Steve LaValle going on too.
Yeah, it's going to go on for a while.
They're still
and
gunning away up there. Yep.
Namela Kloosterman as well.
That's going to
Oh,
go on
yeah.
for the race. I think Marco is down on top speed because of his damage, by the look of the behaviour of his car. And Tony is managing to get round the corners a bit quicker.
I don't know how patient Marco's going to be, but I bet wants to get by Tony.
Definitely. This looks ominous. He's
Yeah.
caught him very quick.
Oh boy, yeah.
Nikolai can drive a very, very wide car though.
He can, yeah. They fanned out quite widely there, and you're right. He's not leaving his line, is he?
No, he's got
And he's defending.
2 minutes. So.
Good
but
corner
he-
from.
Attaboy,
Oh,
Nikolai.
good effort, Nikolai.
Put out the outriggers, buddy.
Yeah, elbows out, son.
I
That's
think
right.
he's got one more lap after this one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
At least one more.
he's got some good lines, Nikolai, hasn't he?
Don't
He's-
think he's gonna get. He's not going to get round to the start-finish line in time. So they're going to get the white flag at the end of this lap.
Right. So this is going to be fascinating.
Oh, he's definitely running defensive.
He is, and he's
Sure.
controlling the entry of his
Hang
corner.
on, hang on, buddy.
Yeah,
No, he's on the
alright.
wrong side here. Johnny's going to have to think again about that one. Nikolai's going to
job.
stay to the right, just a little bit too much, I think. Johnny wants to stuff it down the inside there. He's not going to get the chance. He's going to wait until the straight here, and he's going to launch out of here. Well, that's what he's going to want to do. Nikolai's gone defensive, but how defensive is he going to go?
He's
Wow.
going to stay over there now,
He's
isn't
in,
he?
he's in the breakdown lane.
In the breakdown lane, that's class.
Oh,
That was well worked, wasn't it? That was
Yes,
well
it
worked.
was.
It's a shame that Nikolai locked up, because that could have gone on for a while, and I think Johnny will respect everything that happened just then.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Good effort.
Only thing
Johnny
you can do
Brandon.
now, a
Sorry?
bit of a nudge at the end of the straight, and you
Yeah.
get back first.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Nikolai didn't lie down, let him by. Good for
He
him.
didn't. That was
Yeah.
brilliant racing.
Well done,
All
Nikolai.
of that was fantastic.
That was really good.
Yeah.
There you go, Clyde. Alan Carr just hanging in there in third.
Yeah, I'd say he's a very sensible lad. Still a knot of cars there.
Yeah, and Jamie's managed to draw the other two up to the back of Steeler Valley's car. This is going to end with like 5 cars trying to cross the line all at once.
Oh,
Look at them, they're all over the place.
this is a bunch of Hornets. Holy.
Yeah, it's like watching 7-year-olds playing football, you know, where they're all chasing the same ball.
Really?
So Marco Lewert, Steve Lavalley.
Here we come to the end of the lap, and Johnny Brandon will take the victory here. Lights flashing, bit of a wiggle, good effort, Johnny Brandon, victory. I'll talk about the rest later. This is too much.
Look at this.
I think they're ready to sort themselves out.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
tremendous. That I can't even commentate on it.
That was unbelievable.
It was.
Good job, guys.
Second place went to Nikolai Bogatyrev. Third was Ryan Walker or Alan Carr. Jamie Wilson, a fantastic result in fourth. It says here he's gone 12 positions. What is that about?
Wow.
Tyler Newitt, 10 positions to get into fifth. Henry Makula, 5 positions to get into sixth. And then Marco Lewert is in seventh. Steve Lavalley, 8th. Jamie McKnight in 9th. Tony Klusterman in 10th. These are all separated by nothing, by the way. Marco Namela in 11th. Adam Wright in 12th. Rich Warmingham in 13th. Ant Woodward in 14th, drop back. Ben Cullen in 15th. Jamie Jeffrey in 16th. Ivan Bauman's in 17th. Andrew Hoffman in 18th. And Jake Queen, I'm not sure, did he start? I don't know. He's in the section.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm honest.
He's not got a lap recorded, that's all. Yeah. I mean, Nikolai Bogatyrev, good effort.
Wow, what a nice job he did. I'll tell you.
So, again, while Clyde is setting up the next session, if anybody wants to talk about that amazing race, then join us in the booth.
And there was nothing wrong with getting the second place finish to Johnny Brandon, Nikolai. It was an excellent job.
Before launching the next one, I'm gonna spin the wheel once again.
Are you going to do your music this time, though? Let's have your music, Sam.
No, I'm not gonna put music.
Oh, Sam, you got stage fright and everything.
Yeah, I know, but you know, I have so much to do in the race. I can't put music between. That's not possible. Come on, let's go. Let's roll it. Na, 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 na.
See, that's just like something off Shaft, isn't it? That's just sexy music, that like.
Oh,
there we go. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get?
20 plus 4. 24.
That's the lot.
Oh my god.
That's everybody.
Yeah. Full grid.
Ivan Bowman's once again in pole position.
He's on the pole again.
With Jamie Jeffrey on his side. Once again.
Yeah, that's the way it works. So, Clyde, off you go. Oh, he's gone. He's gone and done it.
I'll tell you one thing. The Marco Nermellas and the Tony Klusemans and the Johnny McKnights will have a better time because they're closer to the front this time.
Johnny McKnight. That's like one of mine.
I'm sorry. Jamie McKnight, I'm sorry. Oh,
yeah, any drivers, while you're waiting to join the next session, interview room's open. We'll happily talk to you. If you've got anything you want to vent publicly, not sure why you'd want to, but just join us, let's have a chat. Ben Cullen, if you are listening, we'll try and get you in and get your mute off your mic this time. Oh dear, that was a brilliant race, that. I even missed the first lap and a half trying to get everybody in it. There we go, Ben Cullen's in. Sam, do you want to drag Ben Cullen into the broadcasting booth? Yeah, you'll have to take your mute off again, Ben. Oh, is it going to work like this again?
Yeah, he's not muted on the server, so it's on his side.
There we go. Ben, welcome to the booth. How are you doing? He's not muted now, I just can't hear him. That's got to be your end, Ben. Sorry about that. Well, we'll keep talking, Bill, while Ben sorts his gear out. So, how do you go about that one?
I loved
Nikolai
it.
Bogotyrev, hats off to him. I mean, that's immense, isn't it?
Oh, he did a great job. As I said, he's come a
Can
long
you hear me
way.
now?
Oh, there he is.
Ben's here. Right, Ben's here, everybody. Everybody stop.
I don't know what it was doing. It's telling me that I need to do a push to talk instead of just do it normally. So I had to set up a key to do the push to talk.
Right, yeah. I've done that before. Don't worry about that. So, your first race, you had the most innocuous little nudge, and your engine blew. That's iRacing betrayal, that, isn't it, really?
Yeah, the damage wasn't worth it. I don't know who it was. It was Ant that was facing the other way. And I was speaking to him before he came into your interview room last time. And he floored it, and whatever car that he was facing pushed into the path, which is who I clipped. And then, it just blew the engine for nothing.
I've never seen an engine blow in iRacing as easy as that. There was nothing in it, and I think you could have done a lot better if that hadn't happened. And then talk to us about race 2, because whilst you were lower in the order, you still gained 2 positions, obviously, because you were laps down from the first race. So was that positions gifted to you, or did you have to fight for any of that?
Well, I was obviously behind the Tony incident, so I kind of slowed down a lot. I didn't want to repeat of the first race. So I think I gained 4 or 5, and then it was Tony and like Marco that were coming up behind me, so I just let them go. And then me and Ant had a good race for a few laps. He's quicker than me, but we'll see what happens on this third race.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to end up starting 3rd here. Did you know that?
Yeah, so I'll be 15th by turn 3.
Well, I hope not. I mean, you've got good pace as long as nobody crashes into you or you incidentally rub against their car and your engine blows, which seems to be your fate at the minute. What do you think of Okayama? You must have done a gazillion laps around here like everybody else, right?
I don't mind it. It's a very flowing circuit. Obviously, we were here in the official series, a month or so ago. My lap times were faster then, so I don't know why. Well, I'm obviously slow for some reason. But yeah, as a circuit, I don't mind it. I get on with it a lot better in other formulas because the cars are more forgiving than these things.
Yeah, these things are brutal. If you don't get wheel spin, then you get something else equally evil that impedes your race. So, not a bad result, to be honest, picking up 2 places in that race, given all the carnage that happened at the start. Hopefully you'll end up with a better result this time round. So, best of luck to you.
Thank you very much. I shall try and provide some entertainment.
Cool. Right. Flush him, Sam. Excellent. So that was Ben Cullen.
I like being the flush master.
Give him a little bit of power.
Give me the power.
Has the session launched, Mr. Clyde?
It certainly has.
Excellent. I shall load into said session now.
You're gonna miss the start again.
Am I really? Oh, I've been talking for too long.
You always talk for too long.
Thanks for that. Yeah,
you see that one coming, don't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Too good at my job.
So possibly this one could be at night rolling start team event. The way I'm going tonight, so.
Oh dear. Well, I'm only just loading in, so I'm definitely missing the start of this. So I'll just watch the stream.
We've got 5 minutes yet.
Oh right, okay.
I'll tell you, this damn thing loads a lot slower than it used to. I don't care what anybody tells you.
Well, apparently iRacing Network did something to improve the load speed, but it didn't benefit me.
It didn't help me either.
No.
I mean, I can't imagine what Le Mans and stuff must be like. It must be a bitch. Oh, they got their lights on already. Holy
yeah, Clyde, what you done to them?
No, it's a sunset race.
Right, okay. So Stacey won't have had much to commentate on that one, will she? Or comment on, rather.
No,
I think she said that she's in a bubble bath right now. This is probably why we didn't saw Ant at any time.
He's also in the bathroom.
Didn't she say that she caught Ant with a bra on his head?
I read that.
And she just said he's back. Yeah.
Oh,
that was a short one.
That was a quick bath, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
You must
included.
only be little.
Pete's around a cigarette, yeah. So Chris Jackson's still typing away on the chat, right? And he's also in the Never Quit Racing chat room. So is he whispering sweet nothings into everybody's ears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chris, obviously, because he doesn't drive anymore, because he's rubbish.
And he has to ask Mary's permission.
Yeah. He's now the ego massager.
Right. That makes sense, actually, yeah. Especially for Jamie.
So what sort of a track we got this time? It's down to 80 degrees, so there should be a lot more grip out there for these guys now.
Yeah, sorry, what was the temperature of the last one?
121.
Blimey, crikey.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, it gets warm in Okayama, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's up a mountain and therefore never privy to any of those temperatures, but never mind.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but it looks kind of hilly around there in the background.
Yeah, I work for a Japanese company, so I'm out there every so often.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to go to headquarters and get beat up, huh?
That's right, yeah.
Great. Yeah, I didn't make a big hit when I used to go over to BMW and they'd be blasting us, and I'd say, "Do you realize we're your biggest subsidiary?"
Yeah, I know, yeah.
You know, really, come on.
So, what we're facing here then, we're Ivan Bauman's and Jamie Jeffrey off the front row, aren't we? Easy for me to say, apparently. That'll make an interesting start.
And according to Ben Cullen's interview, he's going to surge out to the front this time, since he's starting third?
Yeah.
Third or fourth, something like that. Wouldn't mind seeing that.
3 fast boys at the front, he's saying.
Hey, why not?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
it's their turn now.
I nearly won a race once at Barber, and it was on a reverse grid, I think. And my tactic was drive as fast as I can for as long as I can, find a bit of air, and let everybody past.
Yeah.
And it never happened, if you remember. Nicole Foggy was the one I was chasing eventually.
Oh yeah,
over the line.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and I finished second. So the tactic of just get away from everybody works.
I wonder who the hell had the wheel then. I was really surprised.
You two, right, are off my Christmas list. I expect I think
actually,
better of you.
I was just going to say that I remember that race well because you was faster than Nicole and you was chasing him down at the end.
I was.
That's right.
And you know what Johnny Brandon said? He had a crap setup, so it was always going to happen. Well, I thought, well, just take it away from me right there and then.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Johnny
Brandon's never had it. He's never had a Christmas card since.
Wasn't that Barber?
It was Barber. I love Barber. Everybody else hates it. I think it's one of the best tracks.
Tough little track.
Didn't Nicole stop for a poo in that one though?
Yeah, but I'm ignoring that. I got some advice from Tony Klusterman in that race, which was on the penultimate corner, the right-hander, where where you go off to the pit lane.
Sure.
Stay right instead of going wide to the left like everybody else would, and you save like a quarter of a second, and it's true.
Yeah, you're supposed to take a really late apex so you can hit that left-hander really reeling. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through the grid. So, ooh,
No, you're not going to read that. You're going to read this. Don't read. I wouldn't read
That's
what's on your
wrong.
screen because that's the end of the quali, isn't it? So Ivan Bowmans will be your pole man. Jamie Jeffrey will go off second. Ben Cullen, who we spoke to recently, in third. Ant Woodward in fourth. Rich Warmingham fifth. Sixth will be Adam Wright. Seventh will be Marco Namela. Tony Klusterman will go off eighth. Ninth will be Jamie McKnight. Steve Lavallee off 10th. 11th will be Marco Loert. Henry Makula will go off 12th. 13th will be Tyler Newitt. Jamie Wilson will be 14th. 15th, Ryan Walker. Nikolai Bogatyrev off 16th. 17th will be Johnny Brandon. 18th will be Andrew Hoffman. And I did it in time.
Lights are coming on. Lights are off. We are green.
Stacey says, come on, Woody.
Better start from Jamie Jeffrey this time. Ben Cullen's in a sandwich.
Oh, that's going to end
Hey, well, you missed
very
it.
well. Hey, everybody's... Oh, what's that? Jamie Wilson, what are you doing? Oh,
Adam Wright.
that's the wrong direction.
I need to see it again, but there may have been another blue on blue with Klusterman and McKnight then.
Oh, you are joking. He's going to get fired. Oh, Alan Carr sideways.
I think it may have been Tony into Jamie this time.
Revenge.
I don't know. We'll wait and see.
And that's a film I never want to watch, by the way.
Wow!
Did he stop that?
Oh,
wow!
Wow! And Ivan Bland
Oh, dear.
round with a big crash.
And Alan Carr's involved.
Yeah.
And who's
Ivan
that?
Bowman's-
And Woodward.
Yeah, Ivan Bowman's reversed off the track.
Whoa! Who's that? Who else is around?
Oh, there's another crash.
And
That's
Jamie
the second-
McKnight.
Yeah, that's the second incident, isn't it?
I think there's some hot heads out there at the moment.
Yeah. Nikolai's missing the rear of his car.
Trying to
This is it. So, Marco gets very, very tied up when Ben Cullen was in his way, and then Ivan went round on his own and caused the M25 pile up just here.
Did he go round on his own, or did he get help?
I think he went round on his own, and then
that's Jamie into Henry.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's
Who's that?
that looks like. Yeah, that looks like major misjudgment there.
Let's just have a look at. I'd like to see the Ivan one again because
So just watch Ivan.
Did he get a
on his
nudge?
own, didn't he? Oh no, he's not.
I thought he did. He got a nudge there,
Steve Lavallee, I think that is.
Wow!
and that caused absolute carnage.
Yep. Here we go. Steve Lavallee trying to get down the gears and couldn't fast enough.
Again, yeah.
Giving him a second one just for fun.
And our friend Jamie Jeffrey's out front. How do you like
He
that?
certainly is.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is. So, Jamie Jeffrey. Yeah, Jamie Jeffrey with a rookie license in iRacing. He's away with it. And yeah, Marco Namela's just passed Ben. Or has he? Ben's fighting it.
No, Namela's up the road from this one. That's
Am I watching
Warmingham. Rich Warmingham going past Ben.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And then Tyler Newitt is the next one in line, followed by Tony Klusterman, followed by Johnny Brandon.
Oh, this is going to get tasty. I really wouldn't want to be Ben Cullen right now.
Boy, Johnny Brandon got up there in a hurry.
He did. He always seems to. Ben's doing a good job. He's got some good lines through it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyler
you can
Newitt.
afford to go wide, can't you, on that first one because you've got
Just
Hold
like
it
the
on.
involved. Tony's had to switch out to try and get a better line on Tyler Newitt, but in doing so, he's given the line over to Johnny Brandon, but he's covered it. Johnny's absolutely crawling all over the back of Tony at the minute because Tony can't get past Tyler. I think Tony will be loving this because this is the type of racing Tony likes. Fair, door to door.
Ooh.
Wow, look at that. That's
Amazing.
That's impressive from Tony and from Johnny. Johnny went,
Oh,
oh,
Ben
oh,
lost
Ben.
it.
Oh, foot on brake. Yep.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh. I think that was all on his own as well.
I think it was, yeah, he wasn't helped
Yeah.
back on that occasion. I've been victim of that though. You want to go at the same speed as all the other fast guys, don't you? And you
Yep, sure.
stay on the gas and you shouldn't.
Yep, a little bit too hard. It's easy
Yep.
to do.
It is, yeah.
Marco Namela's got past Jamie Jeffrey.
Oh, we didn't see that because of all the other drama. Tony is now lining up Tyler again with Johnny still behind them. Oh, that's a good move, isn't it? Forces Tyler out a little bit wide, compromises his line.
Get him
Doesn't
there.
make the overtake though. This looks just a when, not if, isn't it?
Oh,
Tony's brakes
little
are
wide,
absolutely
wide.
white hot.
Way
Good
to
try
slick
from
out.
Tony.
Wow. Hard to hang on out there.
Hard to hang on, but that was a great move.
Yes, it was.
Oh, hang on. 3 wide. This isn't going to work, boys.
What the heck happened there? Looked like he broke off early.
I think
Oh.
Tony could see disaster coming
Right,
okay.
and just backed out of that.
right.
Could very well be.
So Adam Wright all over the back of a battered Jamie McKnight.
Yeah, very battered. Very second-hand looking car that was. This is still going on here. Johnny's made his way through both those cars of Tyler and Tony now. Oh, I totally want to talk to Tony after this. I think he'll have really enjoyed all that exchange. You sure you did this sunset?
Yep.
Getting awful dark. We're only on lap 5.
I know. So, Henry McCooler trying to do Adam Wright, not going to work, or is that Adam Wright overtaking Henry McCooler? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Right,
Well,
that's
Tony's
Tony
gone by.
past Tyler.
Oh,
Yep.
yep, it is. Now he's going to set off after Johnny.
Yeah, and Tyler's
Jamie
now got-
Wilson.
yeah, Jamie Wilson all over him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jamie
true, yeah.
Wilson's getting in there.
Tell you what, Johnny's done really well in avoiding all the damage, hasn't he?
Certainly has.
What's going on here? Tyler and Jamie Wilson.
That's a bunch of angry little cars together there. Whew.
There's Adam Wright trying to get his position either back or take the position. I can't figure it out yet.
Yeah, he just didn't get any traction, did he?
No, he didn't.
If you can hang around the outside there, you've got the inside for the next one. But
Yeah. Ooh, wiggle.
Henry McCool is doing some drifting, I guess.
well,
There's
he's got
Nikolai.
half his car missing.
Yeah,
Yep,
that
he's
was.
right.
There's a car somewhere around here with no front on it either, and the
Yeah.
exchange was made at that point.
Yeah, I'd like to see Tony and Jamie McKnight at the start at some point. If we could, Sam. Just want to see if that is another blue on blue.
I can't believe they got into each other again. Wow.
I'm not sure if they did. They were just both sideways.
Oh, here we go.
So,
So a slow moving Jamie McKnight. That's netcode.
that is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Netcode, the evil netcode yet again. I think it was Andrew Hoffman that took Nikolai Bogatyev's car away from him.
And it was not Tony, it was Ant.
Oh, it was Ant, was it?
And, yeah.
Ah, right. Oh, it was, yeah. So I think if we look back to where Andrew Hoffman is, he'll have no front on his car.
You see, Jamie Wilson has gotten by Tyler Newitt as well. Whoa.
Oh no, maybe not. Oh no, this is the overtaking the lead. This.
Yeah, yep.
At some point soon. Oh, he's giving it him.
Oh, Jamie. Well, that's not such a dumb thing, really.
It's not, and that's along the lines of what you were saying, Clyde, about seeing a podium in it.
It's something that we go on about quite a lot. We've gone on about it in the podcast. It's knowing which battles to fight, which battles to let go.
Yep.
Ooh, Alan Carr's had an off there.
Mm-hmm. What happened there then? Oh, he's been chased. Oh, this is a different fight. This is Steve LaValle. Is that
And
Tyler
Marco
Newett?
Lewert.
Oh, Marco Lewert.
Marco.
Right. Hard to see it. Knight. You see what I did there?
Very nice, yes.
Oh,
Rich
hang on.
Warmingham has now caught Jamie Jeffrey.
Yeah, and not far back down the road from these two is Johnny Brandon, with Tony Klusterman in close quarters. Well, not that close, actually.
We've got 5 minutes left.
Right, so any deals that are going to be done and need to be done now.
Yep.
You got 3 laps, boys. Oh, look at the wiggle on Richard Warmingham's car.
And he was thinking about going inside, I think, and he changed his mind.
There's another one. Jamie McKnight wants Alan Carr's position big time.
Sure does.
That's Ben Cullen on Andrew Hoffman.
It is. He's stepping out from the toe. He's not. He's backed out of it though. Probably a wise choice for turn 1, to be fair. Back straight. That one will get done. Like this one might as well. This is Rich Warmingham chasing down Jamie Jeffrey. I think Jamie's done enough here.
Whoa.
Hopefully, there's no contact.
Wow.
Both did well to get around the corner, but
Jamie gave him a lot of room there.
he did, and he's possibly lost out as a result of being so generous.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't get a wriggle on, he's going to get brandoned.
Good
That's
one.
That's a
Play on
new
words.
verb, that, by the way. It's a new verb. Just created it for the English language, everybody.
I think Jamie may have overheated his rear tyres.
There's a lot going on. A lot going on there, isn't there, Clyde? I think he's driving on jelly.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's got
Look
no
at
front end. Look, his front end's washing out on him.
So Jamie has then got Tony Klusterman after him.
He has, and I think they've got a lap and a half at least, haven't they?
This is Ben and Andrew Hoffman.
Oh, no!
Oh, babe.
Oh dear!
Where did Ben disappear to?
He's just vanished off the
He
screen.
must be inside Andrew's car, maybe.
Oh no, he's reappeared. There he is.
Yeah.
Wow.
He just disappeared on your screen though, cause
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
right.
saw.
That was
Well,
really
that was not
weird,
yours.
wasn't it?
What's that about?
yeah, Andrew caught the grass and just went straight
Speared
past.
across.
Yeah, inside Ben's car. Nothing you can do
I
about it.
think they both ended up with meatballs.
Right.
Okay.
They're both
They were
pitted.
both
Now-
immediately in the pits.
Tony's
Right.
now looking at Jamie Jeffrey.
So, if Jamie manages to finish even behind Tony, it's going to be a result and a half, isn't it? 5th place.
Yeah, and he's got one more lap after this.
Here comes
Yeah.
Tony looking now.
Yeah, leaders on the final lap.
Yeah, Marco Namela has a monstrous lead at the minute. 7-second lead. Around Okayama. What's that about?
Hold on to her, Jamie.
Driving defensive, but
Whoa.
he keeps washing out, doesn't he?
He
got
does,
no
he's
front
got-
end.
No front end grip at all.
He just needs to calm down now. He's got enough of a gap over Jamie Wilson.
Bring her home.
Yeah, he just needs to, like you say, Clyde, calm down, because a lockup is going to put him back into Jamie Wilson's clutches.
Jamie's coming hard, too.
He is. He's catching him quick. This is interesting. Oh dear! Oh dear!
Whoa! Is that
Jamie Wilson. Sorry, Jamie McKnight
Mm.
and Henry Makula.
Mm.
I think there's been some colourful language on the chat that I hope nobody heard.
Yeah, I've muted the chat as always.
Excellent work.
Yeah.
That's probably
Never on the broadcast. Never.
No.
So there's Marco Namela coming home
Yep.
for a win in race 3. Johnny.
Oh, Nikolai, hold on to it.
Ooh, Rich Warmingham comes home second. Johnny Brandon third. Tony Kloosterman fourth. Jamie Jeffrey, well done, held on for fifth.
Good job, Jamie.
Jamie Wilson sixth. Tyler Newitt seventh. Steve Lavallee eighth. Marco Luer ninth. Nikolai Bogotyrev rounds out your top 10. Eleventh is Ant Woodward. Henry Makula comes home 12th. Ryan Walker 13th. Adam Wright 14th. Jamie McKnight in 15th. And Ben Cullen is just going to hold off, I think, Ivan Bowman's. So Ben Cullen comes home 16th. Ivan Bowman 17th. And that will leave Andrew Hoffman to come home in 18th position. Well, that one was a bit rough and tumble.
It certainly was, yeah. Right from the get-go as well.
Which is, you know, something we do see quite often in the sprint races.
Just rewind that again, Sam. I want to see that again, because
That's kind of strange.
it is odd. It really is.
I mean, I can't believe Andrew would run into him like that. That seems
It's
crazy.
not. It's Henry Makula.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Jamie McKnight was trying to avoid Adam Carr, and in the doing so, put his car in line with Henry's, because he came across the track in the braking zone. I think there was a bit of netcode involved, if I'm being honest.
More than likely.
And not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but
Go on.
don't forget, right at the start, Jamie McKnight clattered into Henry Makula.
Oh, did he?
Mm.
Oh, right, okay.
Ah, the plot thickens.
It does, the thick plot.
Yes. Right. So let's get our interviews underway,
Oh, yeah.
guys, and
have
we'll
we got?
bring in our race 3 winner, Marco Namela.
I'm waiting for him to unmute.
He's not server muted.
There we
he
go.
goes.
Marco Namela, welcome to the booth. How are you doing on this fine evening?
Good.
So you got a race victory in the third race. You've made your way through the field a couple of times. In the second race, you got stuck in that bubble in the middle of the pack, didn't you, with Tony and with Jamie, after a very bumpy start from everybody, really. Were you down on power and down on speed in that one?
I don't know. It was just lap 1. I got a good start, and then I had to dodge some NQR cars. And turn 4, Ivan just rolled into the driving line, and that
Right.
was my race there.
Okay, and tell us about race 1. How did that go for you?
I don't know. The tires are weird on the first lap, and I had troubles with 2 races. The first and the third race, I had troubles with them, and I don't know. This was messy one, but 2 wins is something.
Yeah, there's a lot of points involved in that. Do you enjoy driving around Okayama?
Oh yeah, it's a good track.
It's certainly one that everybody gets familiar with very early on in their iRacing career, isn't it?
Yeah, I tried to skip the MX-5 as fast as possible, so I only ran like 3 or 4 races on it.
Yeah, MX-5s isn't for everybody. It's certainly a busy old track when there's all those guys on there. So any other standout moments for you in these 3 races?
The battle with the NQR guys on race 2, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, you 3 were covering the same bit of tarmac as one another for almost the entire race after the first lap. It did seem like you were all 3 damaged in some way, because it took you quite a while to catch the next guys in front, but that could have been because of damage. We saw some right front damage on your car. I don't know how heavy that damage was and how much impaired you were, but it carried on for the rest of the race with you 3, didn't it?
Yeah, I think Tony got hit on turn 1, and then Jamie and me got hit on turn 4. So that was I think everyone had an equal damage there. So
because that was the race that Johnny Brandon stealthed his way through all the incidents and managed to get past everybody without incurring anything, which is a miracle. I'm sure you'd have preferred not to have had any damage in that race and made your way to the front. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go after your double victory tonight?
my team RKE and you guys, league sponsor Racetech, and everyone who raced here. It was a fun one.
Cool. And one other point, you drifted past someone in the Atwood curve. Is that something you've been practicing, or is that just pure luck?
I actually did that in race 2 and race 3. So, and I have actually learned to drift there.
Right. Okay. Well, that's a great effort. Thank you very much. Our final race winner, our first race winner for tonight, Marco Nemela.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's bring in Tony Kloosterman next. Tony, welcome to the booth.
Hi, Clint.
Hello. So a 3rd place, a 10th place, and a 4th place. Overall, happy with that?
Well,
man of many words. I'll tell you what. Let's talk controversy, shall we? Blue on blue. You and Jamie McKnight. That's always a sickener when that happens.
yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there. I looked at the replay and it looked like there might be some netcode there, but yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm more concerned about other people than I am Jamie. I know Jamie doesn't do it intentionally.
No, that's very true. There was what we always see with these super sprint races. There was some rough and tumble, but 3rd place in race 1. You seem to be. I mean this in the nicest possible way. A bit more on pace than you have been over the last few weeks.
I was pretty comfortable here at this track. Just disappointed with the results.
And then race 3, we see you having some really good battles. Jamie Jeffrey was right up there as well, and we see you sort of. It looked as if you was calculating and setting him up to make a mistake so that you could make the pass on him.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, right? So, you bide your time and you pick your place and you pick your battles. It's unfortunately to some other people in the race didn't do the same thing.
Okay, well, you're sounding a bit cheesed off, Tony. So, is there anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, our team, Simmobility, Never Quit Racing, and Racetech, obviously, for sponsoring the main league. You guys do a great job on the broadcast, and it's much appreciated.
Apart from the setting up the server side of it.
We're all entitled to one mistake.
Yeah, well, that was two. Anyway, thanks for joining us in the booth, Tony. It's always good to hear from you and hear the race from your perspective. So we'll see you next time.
Here, guys.
So before you get anybody else in, I didn't see what Tony's so annoyed about. Did you?
Driving standards, I think.
Right. Okay. Because he was duking it out with Tyler and with Johnny for the majority of the last part of the race.
I think it was probably race 2.
Oh, right. Okay.
And yeah, I agree with everything that Tony just said there. You know, you see that with Jamie when he went past Jamie Jeffrey. Tony is Lightning McQueen compared with Jamie Jeffrey.
Absolutely.
But he didn't just throw one down the inside. He set him up, took his time, and made the pass where it was safe. So
yes.
Anyway,
okay.
let's bring in Johnny Brandon for you, Pete.
Johnny Brandon, welcome to the booth. How are you on this fine evening of getting a third in the last race?
Hello. Yeah, I'm very good, thanks.
Yeah. So you, Tyler, and Tony were having a right old duke it out in that last race. You came home third in the first race as well. Is that right? No, you came in second in the first race, didn't you?
Second in the first race, yeah.
Yeah, and it was the second race, the one where you got to the front and legged it.
Not really legged it, but yeah, I won the second race.
Right. So, all in all, a good race weekend for you. Yeah. You managed to avoid, if I'm not going to curse you for any future races, virtually all of the disasters that happened tonight, which is impressive.
Well, I was lucky, obviously, but there's do this for long enough, this series, you realise the reverse grids, you got to take it easy on lap 1, turn 1, and that was the tactic, and it worked tonight. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it, but
yeah, I saw you in one of the races.
Cautious.
Yeah, on one of the races, you were so far off the racing line, I wondered which race you were doing because you were trying to avoid everybody else and their crashes. And yeah, good tactic. You know, if you're gonna avoid it all, you've got more chance of finishing, right?
Yeah, it's a bit more tricky, you know, in the super sprints to catch back up again afterward, but you're always better off surviving.
Totally right. We've just spoken with Tony, and he wasn't very happy about certain racing incidents tonight, which you'll probably not have any knowledge of because it would have likely been all in your rearview mirror, right?
Yeah, I didn't really see any. I saw him go around in race 2 at turn 1. And that was from behind. I'm not sure who it was. And then, I think race 3, I got behind him as he was coming back on, so something else had happened there.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
We saw you go 3 wide basically into the hairpin with Tyler as well. And Tony,
well, he was fighting Tyler so hard. I was like, well, I'll go around the. I'll try and go around the outside. And the last thing I expected was to see Tyler come through first. I was like, what the hell? It was. He was a bit feisty tonight, Tyler.
He was, yeah. There was a few people with a bit of fight in them. Jamie Jeffrey ended up finishing 5th in the last race, which is like an amazing result for Jamie. So anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go after your very successful race weekend?
Yeah, thank you very much, and great fun. More importantly, it was really enjoyable, that one. Thank you guys obviously for the broadcast, XVR, all my teammates. I've got to try and remember my sponsors this week, and Simordal, Virtual Racing Association, and JB Data Engineering.
Oh,
they're the important ones. Now they've been on there a while. I just never mentioned it because I'm an idiot. Yeah. Thanks to those guys.
JB, there's clearly that in there.
Yeah, exactly. It should be the one I don't forget, shouldn't it? And thanks to Clyde for the 17 race rooms tonight. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much, Jamie, Johnny, Brandon. Where the hell did Jamie come from? Who knows? Johnny Brandon.
Okay, so next we are going to bring in Ryan Walker, aka Alan Carr, and all we're going to do is talk about race 2. Ryan, congratulations on your podium.
Thanks very much. I'm pretty chuffed with that.
Now, we were saying, or I was saying anyway, because I'm usually the one that's right, that, you're a very sensible driver. You had, I think it was when Johnny came up on you, you still had a decent gap, and you didn't fight Johnny hard because you knew you would lose time, which would give Jamie Wilson a chance to get back at you. And you could see that podium was there if you played your cards right.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said to Johnny before, after race or about race 2, when he caught up to me, if he caught up to me and tried to get by me, I wouldn't make a fight of it because I was in a podium position anyway, and there's no point fighting too hard. Otherwise, like you say, it would have allowed Jamie to catch up to me really quickly, and they take that final podium position away from me. So it was kind of just play it safe and just play it sensible, and all worked out in the end, and got my first podium in the series.
Yeah, and apart from that, obviously you had a 10th place and a 13th, but we'll gloss over them and just concentrate on the podium. It was one of them races where you and I think it was Nikolai, because of the shenanigans going on behind you, you found yourselves out front by about 6 seconds, quite early on in the race. Was it at that point that you thought to yourself, well, hang on a minute, there could be something in this for me?
Well, I was just at the early stages anyway. I was just aiming to get away and just settle down, and I didn't look at the relative. I turned it off because otherwise I just start overdriving. So I switched it back on to see what the gap was, and I was quite surprised when I saw it was 6 seconds. I was like, wow. I was like, geez, what's going on? So I just decided to try and push as much as possible in the early stages, build up a bit of a gap, and then just make sure if anyone like Johnny, for example, caught up to me, then I wouldn't make a fight, and at least I would have a gap behind me to finish in the top 3. And it worked. I'll say again, it worked out well.
Yeah, well, your tactics certainly worked well for you. So before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
First off, just a thanks to my teammates and Team Down Under in general, and also to the people put on the league and put on the show, who make it happen. And lastly, thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast, and look forward to watching it back afterwards with a nice beer.
Excellent. Well, enjoy your beer, mate. Enjoy reveling in your first podium in the series. Ryan Walker.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, Pete. So who do you want next? You've got a choice of 4.
I know. They're queuing up tonight, aren't they? Give us Tyler.
Okay, so let's bring in Tyler Newitt. Let me just unmute him. There we go.
Good evening, Tyler Newitt. Welcome to the booth. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Cool. You made your way through the field in the last race, quite well actually. One of the fastest movers. You got back to 7th place at the end. So you go 3 wide into the hairpin with Tony Klusterman and Johnny, and come out the other side A, alive, and B, in front. So that's got to be good, right?
Oh God, I had an absolute blast in all 3 races. If you would have told me before the first race started that I would have had 3 clean top 10s today, I probably wouldn't have believed you, but I absolutely would have taken it.
So you didn't get into anybody, no? Because you must have been the only one.
I it said I had one incursion on the third race, but I thought I had 3 0x races. I know I didn't hit anybody in the first two, and I didn't think I hit anybody in the third one. So which I couldn't believe, and I just had an absolute blast battling, which I didn't think I was gonna. I thought I was kind of well off the pace today, so I had a lot of fun. I think Tony would have preferred that I hadn't been so feisty, but I don't think I did him dirty, and I had a lot of fun. So I'm not going to apologize for that.
No, I mean Tony generally respects tough racing as long as it's clean. So I'm sure that's not the case. He'll have loved anything that was like contested racing as long as it's non-contact, because that's what it's all about, right? How did your first two races go? Because I need to sleep now because there's been that much action.
Clean and green. I think I got 8th in the first one and 5th in the second one. Just, picked up a couple of spots on the start in each and just kind of held on, waited for Jamie Wilson to catch and pass me, and then that was my race pretty much. So
yeah, you seem to be up with the fast guys a lot in each of these races, and Okayama, like I was saying to I think Johnny Brandon earlier in the night, it's a track that everybody knows because you do it as a rookie. It's a free track and in the iRacing service, and for that reason you kind of know the bits that are going to bite you when you get into a car that's as lethal as the V8. So what's your opinion of Okayama?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think I had the pace of even kind of the top middle group, the Riches and Steves and Jamie McKnight and Jamie Wilson. I think I was kind of kicking it as much as I could just to hang on to the back of them. But it's a fun track once you kind of get the hang of it. I was fortunate to practice with the team and kind of have them walk me through it in the V8 because I've done it in the rookie Mazdas, but pretty much not since then. I can't think. So it was certainly it's hard not to credit the pace that I've found recently to just practicing with the team.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier as well with Johnny. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Thanks to you guys as always for the broadcast, and thanks to the team, Simsport Virtual Racing Association. Just having fun.
Excellent stuff, and that's all you can ever dream for, isn't it? Thank you very much, Tyler Newitt.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Okay, we're getting through them. So next we will bring in Jamie Wilson. Welcome to the server.
Hello.
How the devil are you?
Bit sweaty again.
So just looking at your results tonight, where did we get? We got a 9th, a 4th, and a 6th. So you must be fairly happy with that overall.
Yeah, that's probably race one. I was probably a bit back from where I should have been because I had an awful start. But the other two are kind of representative, I hope, of where I should be. So yeah, pretty happy with that.
And that your lowest place finish, was that just it? That was you just got a terrible start?
I was just all fingers and thumbs as soon as the lights sort of came on, and I ended up stalling the car. I was like,
and you took the piss out of me for cocking the servers up.
Yeah. I have recent experience of doing something similar in terms of not having an engine running at the start of a race, which I won't go into. Because that's just embarrassing. But I managed to get the engine started and then just had a sort of kind of start, and then just got too much wheel spin and just felt like a stone. My starts of old when I first started in the car, they're all awful. But no, the other two were okay, and I made up plenty of positions. Race 3 was probably a bit generous to me because it was just like the bomb going off everywhere, and I managed to get my way through it somehow.
Yeah, and sometimes, especially with these super sprint races, you do have to ride your luck. We see Marco Namela got caught out with, I think it was Ivan Bauman's but sometimes when the luck's on your side, those things either happen behind you or they're like the seas parting in front of you, and you go through with no damage and end up with some good results out of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, my only win in the series came in a Super Sprint Lime Rock last season. That was more than a week ago, so I'll let you off if you didn't remember that one. And that was all about luck as well, because I managed to pull away in that instance, and it was all chaos behind that gave me a huge gap that I was able to manage. A bit like Nikolai almost managed tonight, really.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a, no offence, Johnny, but it's a bit of a shame he didn't clinch that one. I was cheering him on.
So was we. Next up, Donington. One of my favourite tracks on sim and real world. How do you tend to go around there?
Well, first question to you is, because I can't remember, which layout is that?
It is the full GP layout.
So the wrong one then. Okay, so I did the pre-qualifying for the Neo League around there in a TCR car, which is completely irrelevant, I suppose. But that was where I had a bit of pace around there. That's the last time I think that was ever true. But no, I love the track. I prefer the other version. But yeah, it's one of the tracks I've got the most experience in when you factor in all the different sims over the years. You know, that was around in GTR2 and all that kind of thing. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your results tonight. Before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
You guys, as usual. There was a setup posted by someone, Andrew Hoffman, which I use as my sort of baseline. So thank you, Andrew, for that, and Tony for posting it in there. And thanks to the rest of you chaps, other than Clyde, in advance for not letting Clyde live down the Race 2 fiasco.
Excellent.
He's laughing, but he doesn't want to laugh.
No, that's fine. I've got broad shoulders. I don't mind.
I did the same thing in about 2010 in a UKI league. Well, I did the wrong config of Silverstone or something, and I still get abuse for it now. Like every time this comes up.
It's not the first time I've done it, and it certainly won't be the last. So, thanks for joining us in the booth, Jamie the Staller Wilson.
Thanks, guys. See you in Donington Race 5.
Catch you later. Okay, so
Race 5. That was a good one.
We've got. I do like Jamie. He's funny, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
You got to say that because he's ripping it out of you right now.
Well, no, but you can have a laugh with him. And I do like people that you take the Mickey out of and they've got to come back. So
yeah.
Right. So next up for you, Pete, we will bring in Henry McCula, and hopefully he's sober.
Yeah, Henry McCula. How are you doing this fine evening?
Oh, he's muted. He's muted. He must be drinking.
You can still hear me though, right?
No,
have you flushed him?
No. He did that all on his own.
Oh, did he?
Put him back in.
Is he going to return to the booth?
Put him back in.
Try it again.
Go on then. No,
it's muted. What's going on?
We had this with Ben earlier.
Yeah,
Henry,
he doesn't want to talk to us.
No, okay, fine.
Okay, so Marco Lower is also muted. So we'll call the interviews quits then.
All right, fair enough.
So, guys, some rough and tumble racing.
We'll get Marco in. He's just taking his mute.
Marco's is off. Now it's
Marco.
on.
I'll take your mute off,
What
mate.
the heck is going on here?
It's not server mute. It's them.
No.
Oh, still muted.
Yeah, it's just broken it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's forget about them.
Fair enough.
Right. So some rough and tumble races. Some happy people. Some angry people. But that's what we get with the super sprints. And you know, everybody knows that they're coming. Some people, like say Johnny Brandon tonight, get a good night out of it, and some people get a bad night out of it. But they're part of the calendar, Pete, and they're here to stay. And you know, going back to what we were saying with Tony, yes, you don't get a lot of time to get the job done, but you've still got to pick your moves and make sure you finish the race to score decent points.
Yeah, totally right. I'm not sure what Tony's experienced in terms of the racing standard. I didn't see it, so my brain isn't processing that information in the same way that his is. He's obviously seen something or experienced something that's gone against him. There again, Johnny Brandon has managed to dodge everything, and ended up with 3 really, really good results. And Tony's ended up with good results tonight. A 3rd and a 4th at least, and I can't remember where he ended up in the middle of the second one. Somewhere midfield, along with Marco and Jamie. A bit of blue on blue going on in race 2. I'll be corrected, I'm sure, if that's wrong. Lots of bumping and banging, but you expect that on Japanese tracks, don't you? Because A, they're slippy generally. This one's not. There's a lot of close fighting on track. There's a lot to play for right now in this league as well, and Marco Namela's done very well tonight in getting 2 victories. It's been a very exciting night. We didn't see much of the top runners in the first race because they were boring and stayed in the same positions, if you can call that boring. We saw lots and lots of them in the subsequent races. It's been a fantastic night, in my opinion. Obviously, other people are viewing it in very different ways, and that's what's called controversy.
Yeah, and you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, aren't they? Yeah. It's you know, there would be some people out there that we know who don't want reverse grid races, and then you know, I always counter that with the same person winning every single race makes it boring. So you know, let's mix it up a bit. It's been a feature for quite a few seasons, and on the whole, it works. So yeah, very good. Bill, what did you take from all that?
Well, not being a specialist in sprint racing, I thought it was very exciting. It was a lot of in battles, a few, you know, fender knocking and stuff, which is going to happen in reverse grids. But I like reverse grids. It mixes things up. It, like you said, you know, the same fast guy isn't always up there all the time. He's got to work for it. So, and good thing they don't race in America, because the first 8 drivers usually have to draw, and then they do a reverse of the top 8 guys in every race. So it happens all the time here. So nothing new, but it, you know, not that that's right, but I think it works here. Congratulations to the podium winners. Marco Namella had a good night, and even I don't want to begrudge Johnny Brandon another visit, but Nikolai, you put on a hell of a battle. You made him work, man. So good for you. And nighttime racing is becoming a thing in V8 racing too, which I have to get used to here. But other than that, it's been a great night. I thought it turned out pretty well. I'm sorry Tony's miffed. I don't know exactly what happened, but hopefully that goes away for him soon. That's it for me. Go ahead, Clyde.
Sam, a lot of action for you to keep up with tonight.
Yeah, too much. that was too much action. Yeah, obviously sorry for the guys that was not shown on the broadcast, because there were battle all over the place. It was to be expected with the full reverse grid in the second and third race. Yeah, a lot of action, a bit of crashes. Personally, I don't like reverse grid. I'm one of these that rather like fighting against people I'm used to race and not the fastest guys. I rather like let them fight each other, crash to each other, let themselves go, and yeah, just fight my friend at the back of the field. But in other part, yeah, the reverse grid managed me a win in the V8ESC, so without that I would have never win one. And I'm sad for Nikolai. Should have win today. I think Johnny own him a race. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, guys. So it's almost time for us to close. So coming up on BSTV tomorrow, we have Media Day from Snetterton for the VRA GTCC Championship. Really looking forward to that. Should be a massive grid. Wednesday, we've got the final round of season 1 for the BSTV GT4 TCR League. And then next Friday, we have got the final round of the official iRacing Supercar Series and the Friday night European Strength of Field race. So another busy week for us, guys, but I'm sure we'll get through it. I would like to thank Bill, Pete, and Sam for joining me on here to do this broadcast. We always have good fun. I'd like to thank everybody that was watching, everybody that commentated. And if you liked it, hit the like button. If you don't want to miss any of our broadcasts, jump onto our Facebook and our YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to us so you'll get notifications every time we're going live. Make sure you visit the merch store. There's some good stuff in there. Some people have been buying it. And that's about it from me. So I shall say good night. Let the guys say good night, and then we'll close the broadcast.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks for all the drivers that joined us in the booth in the interim time between races. Always valuable to get your information. And thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been a great night from my perspective, so thank you.
Yep, thanks to all the drivers and my colleagues and all the people on the chat and the watchers and, of course, our subscribers. Now, tomorrow night, we start a new thing. It's going to be on, what channel is it on? Oh, on BSTV. And looking for, hopefully, it's a GT3 thing, and hopefully you'll join us.
Yeah, and good night, everybody. I'm sure iRacing will thank Clyde for the multiple useless session tonight. See you tomorrow.